this style or form can be done within this parameter, a small area. Whereas Yang 24, because of the bigger movements and the way the repertoire is set up, you need a lot more space, therefore a little bit more complicated, but we still would achieve it by the end of the session. Maybe not entirely, but we'll give you a good flavor. So rather than put feet work together with hand motions, we're going to break it down so it's more appealing and a little bit simpler. But at the same time, it brushes you up and gives you a good grounding for the foundation in which to build hand movements and then correct posture. So I'm going to do it with you, and I want you to gather as much insight by watching and listening. Okay? Tien's going to face you, I'm going to be like you. Okay? When we do Tai Chi, there is a posture that you need to fulfill. These are the elements of Tai Chi posture. Your hands are relaxed and arms are at the sides of our body. Our shoulders are drooping. They're relaxed. The second element is that our knees are relaxed, but not to the point where they're flexed. Okay? Not to the point that they're flexed. There's no energy expended just yet, but we are relaxing ourselves so our knees are ready to move and not outstretched like this, but relaxed. Our butt is tucked under, and our chest is sunken. Okay? So can I turn around and begin to watch? So I said that I said that our arms are relaxed. So our arms are not going to be this way. Because one, my shoulder is not drooping. And two, I'm not relaxed by putting my hands to the side. Okay? Tell me all the things that I don't want. Then I said that my butt is tucked under, and as a result, well, I guess after that, I said our knees are relaxed. So my knees cannot be stretched out, so they relax and they use me some flex in here. If our knees are relaxed, our butt gets a natural tuck under. As a result of all of this, there's good reason for our chest to then take empty position or caved in position rather than something up here. Okay, you follow? The next, probably the fifth element, is that our chin is no longer parallel to the ground, but slightly down. The last element cannot be seen, but your tongue should be on your palate, not pushing against your front teeth, but on the palate. Okay? That is Tai Chi posture. All right. So the analogy for where your head is, if your Tien is the center of gravity, everything has to be equally distributed if you cut yourself apart, or everything has to be symmetrical. So then that leaves us the most important, our head, our mind, which is pretty heavy also in weight. So that position is really important. Besides tucking down your chin, you're going to imagine that there is a cable that's drilled to the middle of your head, held by the ceiling. So at no point can I dip my head forward, sideways, or backwards. That's out of your Tai Chi posture. There's another analogy where a silk thread, as tough as it is holding your head in position. But not only that, your mind has to be focused and it has to be uplifted. In other words, you can't be drooping, looking down at the ground and thinking negative. So everything is uplifted in energy and in spirit. elements in Tai Chi posture. All right, so now we're going to move into footwork, but also try to keep that posture. And remembering the center of gravity here and our silk thread here. All right. So Ken's going to face you, I'm going to be like you. So we said that we would take a Tai Chi posture. And actually, this time, let's not just keep the Tai Chi posture. Let's not put our hands to our waist. The first stance that I want to introduce is a T stance. So in our Tai Chi posture, we're at 50-50, meaning 50% of our weight is on our left, 50% of our weight is on our right. But we're going to change that now. We're going to shift our weight to our right. All the energy goes to our right. We now feel the soles of our foot very heavy on the right-hand side. As a result, our left foot now feels empty. As it feels empty, we elevate the heel of the left foot. We bring it to the sole. We bring it to the toe. We lift it off the ground and we position it in the letter T. Okay, once again, before I give you details, we said we're at 50-50. We said we need to move into the T stance. By doing that, we have to shift our weight to the right till we feel our foot very heavy on the right. As a result, our left foot starts to elevate through its heel, onto the sole, onto the toe, off the ground, and then positioning is the letter T. So now we're in a T stance. If you look at your feet, the right foot is the capital, top, the cap of the letter T, capital T. The left foot is the set in the middle, the stem of the letter T. This is called T stance. Can I hear you say T stance? This is your T stance. Now we're going to move and make an L stance. When we move, we know that we have to move only the foot that doesn't have very much weight. That is called the insubstantial foot. There is no weight. It's empty. We can only advance the left foot. Our weight now is only on the right. When we move, we're going to make the letter L. I want you to watch first. When we move to make the letter L, we're coming out on our heel, away from the back foot. So that if I were to draw this back down and connect it, that would be the shape of the letter capital L. So we're back here in the letter T stance. When I asked for an L, we said that we would put our toe down or our heel down. Heel. Everybody should say that. Heel. When the heel comes down, it's away from our right foot. Can we try that now? L stance. All right. Now look at that left foot. Is it parallel to the line of the floor or on the line? In other words, can you watch my left foot? It cannot come out this way, it cannot come out this way, or any other form in between. It has to be parallel to the line or on the line and away from the right foot. So this is the letter T. If I were to extend, I said I'm on the letter L now. And I said, put your heel out parallel to the line or on the line. And I miscommunicated because I should have placed emphasis on the fact that, and I think it has to be away from the back foot, meaning it has to be in its own plane, linear plane. If I were to continue to make the L here, this is a misalignment. It already is bumping my knee because I'm still in the plane of that stem of the letter T. It has to be away on another block or parallel to another line, not in the flatten out my front foot, stretch out my back knee. Okay, can I do it one more time? Okay, watch what I'm doing and try to match the words with my action. This is my T stance. This is my L on my heel. I open my knee, I rotate, I turn my body, and I flatten my left foot, and I stretch out my back knee. In stretching out my back knee, okay, there's a little kink in it, I stretch out my back knee, several things occur, okay, and I'll go over this because I give you a lot of information. When I stretch out my back knee, I make an adjustment in my back leg to a 45-degree angle. Watch for it. When I stretch out my back knee, I make an adjustment on my back foot to a 45-degree. In other words, I don't just leave it there. It's awkward, it's putting stress on my knees, both knees. So here's my T, here's my L, here's my bowl, here's my rotation of hips. I pivot on my foot, mainly on my heel, to make it 45 degrees. It's natural adjustment, and it gives me the best position. My knee is not overextended beyond my toes. It's in line with my toe. Okay, my knee is in line with my toe once I stretch out that back mat. So it's got to be stretched out, in line, and silk thread.
This is one case when you adjust, although I said you shouldn't move a foot that is substantial, you've made the transition. Substantial, heel, not quite substantial. This is getting to be substantial, then forward. This becomes substantial. But once you've done that, then you're pretty much almost equal weight, maybe slightly forward. The center of gravity is here. And I tell people, somebody chops your leg out, you should land straight on the butt. The body is straight. This is good. And chop your boat, straight down.
Okay. So good depiction and explanation, okay? But, okay, I don't want to get hung up too much on this, but you can see that it's very important, okay? So I don't want you to think that, wow, you know, I'm not that numbers in mind, and I don't have this kind of background, I just want to forget it. But I just want you to realize that it is basic to learning Tai Chi properly. It is something that you need to deal with if you want to save your limbs, your knees. Okay? All right, let's just do something now. Okay, let's get on to a bigger thing. Let's move on. All right, you'll try the best you can, and I don't care if it's an error, but you're trying and you're experiencing. Okay, so we'll do a little bit more now. Okay? All right. Tai Chi posture, flex knees, relaxed arms, not flex knees, I'm sorry, relaxed knees, relaxed arms, droopy shoulders, concave or sunken chest, top under, tongue palate, chin down, silk thread, uplifted spirits. 50-50. Slowly drain the weight off your left foot, round the right, making it heavy, heel up, on your toe, off the ground, T position, T stance, L stance, rotate, make that adjustment, flatten up your left foot, O stance. Sit back, on your heel of your left foot. This is called a twist step. You're back to the regular position, putting the weight on your left, you're back on a T stance. Okay, now you put your hands in your waist now. L stance, heel down, open the knees, rotate, Make that adjustment in the back, both stance. Sit back, twist it. Shift your weight to the right, T stance. L stance, heel. Open the knees, rotate, make that adjustment, both stance. Sit back, all the way back, twist step, shift your weight to the left, T stance. Heel on L stance, open the knees, rotate your hips, flatten your left foot, full stance. Sit back, twist step, shift your weight to the right, T stance. What comes next? L stance. Open the knees, rotate, and what is this called? Activate this. B-O-W, what is that? Bow stance. Where's your weight? Middle. What is this called? Sit back. Twist step. Back to your Tai Chi posture in the middle. T stance. Next stance. Say it before you do it. L. Rotate. Flatten out. Make the adjustment. What is the stance? Is your silk thread still holding your head up, or are you favoring your forward position? What's this? Sit back. Next. Twist. Next. T. L. Open. Rotate. Adjust. Fold. Sit back. Twist. Shift your weight. T. Heel. L. Open the knees. Rotate. Fold. Sit back. Twist step. Shift your weight. T step.